Conscious You panel interview number 3. If you love healing, fun, prizes, and being around empathic, spiritual, intuitive souls, then join me on this amazing live virtual event, Conscious You Extravaganza, on October 17th and 18th. Sign up for free at consciousyou.org. My name is Tiffany Cano. I'm the host of this event, and I'm the CEO of Highly Perceptive People Academy. I've been seeing and healing since I was a small kid and getting paid for it since I was 8 years young, and teaching transformation workshops for the last 30 years. And I have gathered over 40 coaches and healers to help you personally and professionally. This is going to be an amazing experience, and you're going to love it, love it, love it. Register now for free at consciousyou.org. Welcome to our panel interview. We have amazing speakers today: Chad Austin, Susie Vine, Jan Murray, Jennifer Arezio, and Daniel John Hanneman. So this is going to be a wonderful get to know you time. We're also going to do some prayers for humanity in Florida a little bit later today, and get some good light and love and power into this space here. So let me first do a little round, though, of letting you meet the speakers. So Susie, I'm going to have you go first. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, how do you help? Who do you serve?
Thank you, Tiffany. I'm thrilled to be with you again for this brilliant event. You always bring so much joy and fun to these productions. My name is Susie Vine. I call myself a stress buster. I'm the host of the Happified podcast, and I help high achievers have a more empowered relationship with stress by recognizing that it isn't all toxic, but we need to have a more balanced approach, and balance is not a dirty word. And so I help people just recognize how we can be more empowered in our health, in our happiness, and how we can leverage that to find success more easily.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. And then we'll do Daniel. So tell us about you.
Sorry, my little clicker wasn't working. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for creating this amazing space. I'm Jennifer Arezio. I created a paradigm called Soul Language, which puts tangibility to soul in the soul of a business. I help spiritual renegades really understand their voice and align their voice and their vision so they can receive from their big impact.
Thank you. Thank you. Seems like your dog is a little excited for you too. All right, Daniel. Tell us about you. You're muted.
Thank you. All right, I'm Daniel John Hanneman. I help reluctant leaders to step into their intuitive, psychic, healing, and sales power to manifest six-figure foundation for their business in 6 months or less.
Nice. Jan, and then we'll do Chad.
Hi, Tiffany. Hi, everyone. Oh, Tiffany, I just love you. I mean, your laugh is so contagious. I had to just say that.
Thank you.
My name is Jan Murray, and I am a life coach, the recovered workaholic. I help men and women in particular, usually in their 40s to 60s, whether they've been through recovery or not, who are ready to release that emotional burden they've been carrying, often for decades. These individuals might have found successes in their careers, but still feel held back by those long-held secrets or unresolved pain. And they're at a point in their life where they want to break free, grow personally, and live more authentically. I also work with people in long-term marriages who want to reconnect with their partners and build deeper, healthier relationships as someone who's been married for 50 years, whether it's in their personal life, marriage, or emotional well-being. I do help people shed old patterns, heal, and live in alignment with whom they truly are. Thank you. So good to be
married
here.
for 50 years. That is an accomplishment in and of itself. Kudos to you. All right, Chad.
Hello, everybody. I'm Chad Austin. I'm a personal trainer and a fitness author in Shawnee, Kansas. It's just outside of Kansas City. I've been a personal trainer in this area for around 20 years now. So I've been doing it for a long time. And I've learned that the most important thing, if you want fitness to be a long-term part of your life, is it has the fit in your life. So I help busy people who have a tough time getting past the "I'm too busy" excuse. I help them figure out how fitness fits in their life so they can use it to show up as the best version of themselves to all of life's ups and downs.
I like the way that you were like, yeah, bring the fit into it, bring the fun into it. I think a lot of people need that reminder sometimes. Thank you. All right, Daniel. So tell us about a success story you've had with one of your clients.
Yeah, my favorite story. I've helped people at all different levels of their business to grow. But my favorite story is the one around my amazing friend Tarek Bibi, who I took from on welfare and on drugs to and having virtually no clients to six figures within 6 months or less. That's my favorite story. And he would just gone on to do so much more impact beyond all these major summits and continue to impact healers' lives himself. So that is my absolute favorite story.
Thank you. Miss Susie.
I've been blessed to really be able to work with so many amazing people. I think my favorite story, though, comes from a woman who I've been working with over several years. And a little sneak peek, my VIP gift is working with flower essences. They're kind of my secret weapon in my practice for people who are open to more natural remedies. And she's been incorporating them in her family, and her sons are even getting to know the Bach flowers, asking for them by essence, really honing their own intuition, but feeling more empowered and balancing their emotions. And I just love seeing the generational shift when we can recognize we can step away from the old and toxic patterns of stress.
I love Susie's remedies. She actually made me my own personalized remedy maybe a year ago, and she's fantastic. So if you love Bach flower essences, you got to grab her VIP so you can tap into that. Chad, please.
My favorite success story is any of my clients that I have seen turn into what I call a fitness fisherman. So you've heard this story before. If you give someone a fish, you feed them for a day. If you teach someone to fish, you feed them for the rest of their life. A fitness fisherman is someone who can keep fitness a priority in their life, regardless of what curveballs life throws at us. And so that is something that is really hard. We go through so many unexpected changes in life. And so when you can learn how to adapt to those changes when it comes to your health, that is real, when you're always able to show up as the best version of yourself. When I see someone who's done that, I know I've really made an impact.
Thank you. Jan.
Wow, some powerful shares here. Here's one of my favorite. I had a client come to me realizing that she was carrying this weight of a deep, deep, buried, I call it, lie of omission. And through our coaching session, she began to feel safe in our environment, which allowed her to uncover this painful truth that she had been suppressing, the shame of being raped. And this unspoken trauma had been influencing her interactions, right, with a certain group of people. Though I should say it wasn't a thought, it was though it had nothing to do with them directly. And as we worked together, she gained clarity on what she was reacting, the way that she was, and more importantly, how to free herself from that emotional bondage she had been living under. And by releasing this long held secret and the shame attached to it, she was able to step into her true self-worth and embrace a life free from that weight of the past. This was so powerful that she reclaimed this voice that she now has in her freedom. And just to see her, it's like she's a new person. that was such a powerful experience with the coaching.
Thank you so much, Jan. Jennifer.
Oh, so I work with really master healers, people who are successful and impactful already, and they also have warrior energy. And so it takes a lot for them to feel safe being vulnerable and really let their hair down and really be honest with themselves about where their holes in their business are and where they're ready to expand. I think the best moment was recently at my in-person event where a woman who has done a lot of therapy, a lot of inner work, said that being in the company of the group and allowing for her to really step into her divine voice more really allowed her to see how powerful she was and how everything she's been doing is finally now in one whole package where she can describe it to others with ease and with grace, and so that she can attract more of her own community. I think when we let go and we allow ourselves to be one with our knowledge and our wisdom, there's extreme power like that from that, and that becomes liquid nitrogen to kind of eradicate any blocks or anything that's holding you back.
I love success stories. I think one of my very, very first ones, I was probably 21 years old, and I had just taken an advanced pranic healing class, and I had this client ask me to do a healing on her dog with cancer. We did 1 2-hour session, no more cancer. And so that was like the very first time that a major, disease was nixed. And there's been many more since. So that is one way that I love helping people, but also getting into the subconscious mind and helping them to free themselves of those limiting beliefs and those old traumas, old emotional wounds that have been blocking them from money, love, health, and spirituality. So I've had clients buy and sell homes when the market was poo-poo. I've had, people get new jobs, raises, brand new clients coming in. I do lots of money miracle stuff for clients pretty regularly. I think that's probably my most common. And so got lots and lots of stories for that. And, this is one of those spaces where we're gathering and we're bringing in, our good wishes, not only for you who are watching, but for all of humanity. So my next question for our group is, what is one wish that you have for humanity? Susie.
The mission that really called me into this, I've done a lot of different things. I'm a does lots of stuff kind of girl, is seeing how people give away their power in terms of their health and their happiness. And so my wish for humanity is for people to recognize how inherently powerful we all are, and the ways in which, even if it starts out with small actions, we can compound those results and have transformational results, and it can be easier than we think it can.
Thank you. Jennifer.
Yeah, I think it's important that we remember that we're enough. I think so many conflicts arise because humans believe that they're not enough, and it's really a misinterpretation of the soul saying more and more and more in our little silly brains. Hear that as not enough, not enough. So, my kind of intention every day is to remember that I'm enough. And when I start with me, then it becomes a ripple. So that's what I would like for humanity.
Daniel, how about you? You ready?
Yeah. My wish for humanity is for us all to wake up to the infinite intelligence, power, and obviously the love that we are, and to unleash the abilities that we have, because we have a massive healing abilities. Tiffany's not alone. I'm not alone. Jennifer, Susie, all of us. Oh, Jan, we all have infinite power. And so when we wake up to more of what our potential is as infinite beings, everything's possible. We can mitigate effects from hurricanes. We can see miracle hits. We can clear the cancers. We can bring everybody together, no matter how different our opinions are. No, I'm Harris. No, I'm Trump. We can bring it all together. We can all prosper and thrive at a whole new level of living and vibration. And so that's my wish for humanity.
Thank you. All right. Jan, Chad, who's ready? Jan, unmuted first, so you go.
Well, I have a tattoo on my wrist that says in Hawaiian, less is more. And I wore a ring that said enough until I didn't have to wear it any longer, because I did not in my past feel I wasn't enough. And I think for humanity is that we collectively find the courage, right, to release this emotional burden and those secrets that hold us back from living authentically, because we are enough, right? And I really wish the world, where people feel safe enough to embrace that vulnerability that we kind of suppress and heal from their past and connect daily with themselves and others. And in this space of freedom, I believe that we can see more compassion, understanding, and that true empowerment. I love that word, both, for individually and collectively. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, my heart.
Chad.
There are a lot of fitness professionals in the world like myself whose goal is to help people improve their quality of life with fitness. But unfortunately, we are largely outnumbered by scams of instant gratification. When we want change, when we desperately want change and our desire is at its peak, even the smartest person's judgment can be clouded. And unfortunately, there is no shortage of predators out there who are taking advantage of this. So my goal for humanity is that someday all the fitness professionals like myself are able to win the fight, and then no one is ever scammed by a weight loss scam or a fitness scam ever again.
I concur. Thank you for that. I think my wish would be that all the core wounds that people have are just miraculously, instantaneously healed. I'm safe, I'm loved, I'm worthy, I'm deserving, I'm, seen, I'm heard, I belong, I'm enough. Like those, when we can heal them at the deepest level possible, it really unlocks people's potential and success and thriving in multiple areas of their life. So I think that would be my little magic fairy wand, wish for people. Healing of the core wounds, Oh, but come on, turn off. It doesn't turn off. I guess it just wants to keep giving. Wow. Like really won't turn off. Okay. It's just gonna have to keep sparkling over here. So all right, sparkle over there so you don't distract me as much. All right, so one of the things that I'd like to do next is to do a little prayer, a little blessing for humanity, because the world needs it. And I'd also like us to include a little bit about, prayers for Florida and the hurricane, prayers for peace and harmony with politics, and I'll go ahead and start us off with a prayer. And If there's like any little wish or prayer or blessing you want to add on to it afterwards, like feel free to chime in. So the way I'd like you to do it, if you would please, is imagine the earth in front of you like a small ball. And then we're just going to raise our hands in blessing position and just bless the earth and humanity, okay? And all who are watching, please join in. And you can pray in whatever way resonates with you. Thank you, God, for showering every person, every being with tremendous healing. Healing on all levels, spiritual healing, mental healing, emotional healing, physical healing, prosperity and abundance healing. Thank you for a profound sense of inner peace and harmony, safety, mercy, grace, and ease. Thank you for helping us to have a much stronger spiritual connection and stronger intuition and guidance. Bless humanity with so much love, 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 love that it transmutes anything that isn't love. Thank you, God, for also blessing humanity with peace and harmony and blessing politics with peace and harmony. Thank you for simmering down that hurricane and showering Florida and the Floridians with tremendous divine protection, mercy, grace, and ease. May that hurricane transmute into just a gentle breeze, softening, softening, softening. Thank you, God, for all of your blessings. And I'll pass my magic wand on to the next person. You can just unmute and go when you're ready, if there's anything you want to add.
I just wanted to add, Tiffany, to embrace those suffering in Florida from if they have any illnesses and addictions and they're homeless and they're just not able to get to a safe place, that they are protected. And also all the animals there also that
Yes.
don't have someone to take care of them. And I know by God's grace that is possible. But just to bring that awareness into this safe space with us today, I'd like to honor that. Thank you.
So be it.
And I just like to add, in accordance with free will, right? Whatever they want to experience on their journey, let that be full of ease and grace, and not my prayers overwrite what their soul or what their being wants to experience.
May there be increased love and vibrancy, and even greater miracles and healing and opportunities for all through this unfolding right now. And so I recognize the power of the infinite, that it's easy, that it's already unfolding, that at its essence it's easy, and that all unnecessary suffering be removed and cleared and cleansed, and that everything, yes, serves the absolute highest of all with the deepest love and compassion. Thank you, God, and so it is.
Beautiful. All right. Thank you for the additions. And now, after just our hearts being so full of love, let's continue bringing that into the summit. And I would love to hear from you guys about what are you actually going to talk about at Conscious You? what's your topic? Tell us a little bit about that. So let's see, Jennifer, let's have you go first.
Thank you. So I'm going to be talking about really how to unlock your potential and actually put consciousness into every action. I think people confuse a lot with spiritual, metaphysical, and consciousness, right? Consciousness is about remembering that you're whole and complete and treating everyone like they're whole and complete, whether they're acting out like it or not. And so often we are, sitting and thinking our big thoughts, and then we're taking action from pain or programming. So my talk is all about how to put your potential into everything you do and take action via consciousness and divinely inspired action versus what your mind thinks you should be doing.
Thank you. Chad.
I'll be giving a 20-minute talk titled "The Vehicle That Drives Us to Being the Best Version of Ourselves." So as it's life changes that cause us to fall off track with our fitness plan. And so we have a pattern where it goes from fitness fitting in our life and us being the best version of ourselves to then a life change throws us a curveball. And then we eventually land where fitness no longer fits in our life. And we ultimately become the worst version of ourselves. I'm going to dive into that, and I'm going to teach you how to adapt faster to a curveball so that fitness stays in your life and you can show up to all of life's ups and downs as the best version of yourself.
Thank you. Jan.
This is going to be so much fun.
There it is.
I have to share, Chad, that I couldn't get rid of a Peloton that I bought during the pandemic, and somebody came last night and bought it. We almost gave it away for free. Anyway, what I am so excited about speaking with, or on the topic at the summit is, from a workaholic's point of view, shedding, for me, my personal experience was shedding secrets and shattering the pain, which drove me to become addicted to work, embracing emotional freedom beyond the addiction of work and other addictions. So I'm going to be focusing on how individuals can break free from this emotional burden and long-held secrets that keep them stuck, whether they've been through recovery or not, by creating a safe space to acknowledge and release those hidden parts of ourselves so that we can step into the true emotional freedom and live more authentically and align our actions with our self-worth, right? I'm also going to explore how this process not only heals our relationships with ourselves, but transforms how we connect with others, allowing us to live a more empowered, fulfilling life. And my goal is to inspire people here today and that will be on the summit to embrace their own journey of growth and healing with the compassion and the courage.
Thank you. Daniel.
I'm going to be talking about the power of energy scanning, which is utilizing your intuitive and psychic gifts to tune in to people's energy fields, and really anything but people's energy fields, chakras, etc. And I will be doing demonstrations during this presentation. So there'll be a couple of quick demonstrations that'll happen. Everyone has these gifts and abilities to be able to tune in as infinite beings, but specifically those of you that are healers and coaches are looking to grow, your ability to have impact in people's lives and be more precise and gain new clients and to grow your healing business to the highest levels that you want, 6 figures and beyond. I'm going to be talking about that as part of my talk.
Nice. I love scanning. You can get so much information. Wonderful. Miss Susie.
Tiffany, you just put together such a binge-worthy event. I mean, I hope that people can be present Thursday and Friday and just take it all in. It's kind of like drinking from a fire hose, but that's why there's gifts. I know we're going to get to that good stuff in a minute. I'm really excited to be talking on my favorite topic, sharing my talk, Empowered to Thrive, Transform Stress to Boost Your Vitality. obviously Jen and I are of like minds. And, we've seen a lot of people get broken down in the old paradigm of pushing and forcing yourself into this model of success and what it looks like. And recognizing that we can change our relationship, our perception of stress, it is what you make of it. And if you think it is going to break you down, then that increases the odds that it's going to do that. If you believe that there are ways you can use it to your advantage in healthy fashions, in all things balance, right? And I think we are capable of that kind of nuance. And so we're going to dig into that. How can stress be detrimental? How can it be beneficial? How can you change your perception of it? How can we build those positivity habits that make us more resilient? And I'll share a little bit about the Bach flowers again, because it's hard to resist that flower power that's so available to us. And I think that rounding out our toolkit is really where we find, we feel like we're up to any challenge. So I'll be bringing some of my favorite tips and tricks to help everybody feel more empowered.
Thank you. Thank you, Susie. And for me, I'm going to talk about seeing and healing what's in your blind spots that's been blocking you from success. So mine is going to be super interactive. And kinesthetic. I'm going to do healing. I'm going to help you get aligned with one of your goals for whatever area of life that you want to be more successful in. And as your subconscious is aligned, because for every 100 to 200 conscious thoughts you have, there's 11 million subconscious thoughts. And I can see and hear what's going on in that 11 million, which is pretty loud for a lot of people, and get you where you're congruent. Because when you are aligned and congruent, absolutely anything is possible. But if you're only 97% congruent, that last 3% could be the difference between you achieving your goals or maybe only partially achieving your goals. So I aim for a 100%. So let's do that together at Conscious You. And if you haven't yet signed up, you can do so at the link below, consciousyou.org, or use the link that is in the description, because those are amazing ways for you to get in this fun event. We have over 40 healers and coaches and over 80 gifts, plus an additional 20 other raffle prizes throughout those 2 days in between the coaches that the games master is going to be raffling off. And it's really fun. So fun that even people from Europe, they stay up till 2 and 3 in the morning. I've had people from Australia get up really, really early to participate or stay up super late, right? So there's ways that it becomes so engaging that they just want to keep going and keep going and keep going. And they don't want to miss any of the speakers. So come live on Zoom, which is where it'll be. And you can get a ton more of free gifts and raffle prizes in addition to everything that's already there. Now, speaking of gifts, everybody here has gifts. So I would love for you to share what is the gift that you're giving to everybody, and then what is your VIP gift. And let's go ahead. Daniel, you first.
Yes, I'm offering Healing for Money is the clearing that I offer, an audio track. So it's valued at $22. It's probably worth a lot more than that, but that's what we have it selling for in our store. And so it's a hypnosis track, which is part of my background, and helps you to just really get relaxed and aligned with more money flow. And my tracks with money, people flock to. They really, really enjoy them. They're really effective. So definitely take advantage of that.
Thank you. Thank you. Chad.
When you first become a trainer, you realize right away that most people come to you fueled by short-term motivation. Like there's something coming up that got them to come in the door. And I think early on in my career, after so many times of, quickly realizing the short-term motivation then leads to short-term results. It led to my first book, which is called Make Fitness a Priority. It actually became a book series, but one of my gifts, the gift that everyone will get, is a copy of that first book, the book that started kind of an evolution for me as a trainer. Make Fitness a Priority, How to Win the Fight Against Your Excuses. My studio, Priority Fitness, was actually named after that book. And the gift that VIP members are going to get is kind of the next evolution of that, when I realized that even when you want fitness to be a long-term part of your life, life changes can still throw you off track. And you have to learn how to adapt to those changes and reestablish how fitness fits in your life. And so I do that with clients by going through a cleanse, which is a cleanse for your mind. But I wanted everyone to do it, and everyone loves cleanses. So it's a cleanse for your mind, where you reestablish what your definition of fitness is, how fitness fits in your life. And then the fitness reset is in taking a look at your life and seeing how fitness fits in the life I'm living right now. So it's a two coaching call package of a cleanse
Wow.
and then a reset. That's what the VIPs get.
Nice. And what's the value on that? You're giving them 2.
Well, my book's probably $15 right now on Amazon. That's the book that everybody will get. The cleanse and reset, that's priceless.
Nice. All right, Miss Susie.
So I'm grateful that Tiffany's being so patient with me. I have a brand new gift that has not been made available before this event. It is really in response to what I'm hearing from so many people right now, because everyone is struggling with overwhelm. And Tiffany might agree, having worked with so many healers and coaches through her career, that a lot of us speak the words that we need to hear, right? So I am not immune to the overwhelm that has been going on through this last year. Life has been a lot. And so my gift is Conquer Overwhelm, a 21-day resilience plan. It's itty bitty pieces that you can integrate daily and build on some of those small wins. And so that plan, that workbook, is available to everybody who registers for the event. And I'm thrilled to be making this available to you, and to be available to me. I'll be working through it with you. And my VIP gift that's available for those who decide to upgrade and get all of the amazing rewards with that, I am sharing an on-demand workshop that I've hosted, Back to Balance with Bach Flowers. If you're new to working with Bach flower essences, which you can find at your local health food store, but they're just these cryptic bottles on the shelves, I break it all down, how these energetic remedies work, how you can make your own combinations, and I include a session with me to help you get started in that. The value of that workshop online without the session with me is $147. So I'm thrilled to be making that available and to help kickstart that and get that into households everywhere.
Nice. I love that you said itty bitty little, things that will help you with overwhelm. Because obviously when people are overwhelmed, it doesn't take much to tailspin them. So that was great. Yeah, I know. Well, get them unstuck, Susie. We need you.
We're here for.
Jennifer.
Well, my free gift is all about understanding your consciousness blind spot and where your energy leaks are. There are 4 major energy leaks: money, your talents, how you feel about yourself and your energy, and how you feel about your business. I love this tool. I love a quiz. It takes less than 5 minutes. And then you're going to get about 4 or 6 different tools that are geared towards your energy leak. I love it. The other VIP gift is a conscious evaluation. It's about really having to learn to receive from your creative expressions. I created this tool because I can create something in less than 24 hours and spit it out, and then it would die on the vine, and I couldn't figure out why. I never gave it any incubation time. So this allows you to do an autopsy on your projects or your services, so you can consciously evaluate it, so you can learn from to receive and tweak anything that is kind of not hitting the mark with your projects, your services, or your programs. And that's a cost of $97. So thanks for providing this amazing forum to help everyone get some free gifts and help them even gain more wisdom. So thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you. Go ahead, Jan.
Amazing. I have to share that before I talk about my gifts, is that I sent out some promotions and my husband called me. He goes, "You misspelled amazing. You put an OM." And it's amazing, which, thank you, Tiffany. It just goes to who you are.
I know, that's like my favorite word. Amazing.
So, my gift to everyone who signs up for the workshop or for the summit is my workshop, Embrace Serenity, where it's a 90-minute workshop, and it is amazing. And it's going to identify and release emotional baggage. We talked about cultivating mindfulness and acceptance, realign personal values, build resilience and emotional freedom, freedom from, in that bondage of work addiction and, any addiction for that matter. There's so many powerful tools and little itty bitty, I call them miracles, that you can take away from the workshop. And then for the VIP upgrade, it will be a one-on-one empowerment session with myself, discussing how we could empower you to, own your story and to release those limiting beliefs that, a lot of us are talking about here today, and building that confidence through action, and, strengthening boundaries that, are important, aligning with purpose. And lastly, just that embracing that emotional freedom. And I think the participants will leave with the session with a clearer sense of empowerment, that I'm so excited. It's just, I feel it's the role God has assigned me these days. Thank you.
Love it. I'm going to be giving away to everybody my loved healing audio. So it's healing for your inner kiddo, your inner child, starting from preconception in utero, the first few years of life, to feel loved, seen, heard, safe, understood, and belong. And in the VIP, you get access to my Insight, which is a self-guided online course where you can discover your 9 blocks to success, health, money, and joy. And everybody who signs up for VIP, you also get a half an hour session with me. And, that's rare that I give that, but I'm a host and I want to do something special for you. So I'm giving that to you as well. And my Soulful Boundaries weekend workshop on November 2nd and 3rd, you'll also be gifted that too. So I know a lot of my empathic, spiritual, intuitive folks really could use some help with having clearer, healthier, stronger boundaries and dropping like the numbness and other various defensive walls, and be able to not feel so overwhelmed or take things personally. So that'll be what my Soulful Boundaries workshop will be all about. So I look forward to helping you and contributing to you there. You guys have to come. It's going to be really, really incredible. ConsciousU.org is how you sign up for free. All right. Last round for our amazing speakers. What's one golden nugget, teaching, or tip that you would like to share with us? I'll give you a moment to just feel into that. Jennifer, want to go first?
Sure. So I often utilize divine intelligence, which is our body's divinity. It doesn't have free will. So if everything's in working order and you ask your divine intelligence to put you in a consciousness level, it will. If you ask it to raise its hand and everything in working order, it will. It's not going to say, I could do it, but I don't want to. Get back to me tomorrow. Right? It doesn't have that capacity. So we can utilize it to put us in a consciousness. So I often say to people, when you don't know what to pray for, you activate safety. And this looks like this. Divine intelligence, fill me with the feeling and knowing that I am safe, provided for, loved, and supported.
Mm.
And you could do that 100 times a day, 100 times a minute, but you do it until you shift. And don't be afraid to keep doing it until your set point changes. Thanks, Tiffany.
Absolutely. Thank you. Jan.
Wow, that was powerful. Thank you for sharing that. I think what's coming to me, the golden nugget secret is, it's that moment, when a client realizes the thing that they've been hiding or avoiding is actually the key to their emotional freedom and transformation. and it's a simple truth that has this potential to unlock, these possibilities when we understand them and can embrace them, and just feeling safe in an environment with someone that you're working with, such as what we're all here today.
Thank you. Chad.
There's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to fitness, but one of them I feel like is that we feel like we have to be perfect. Like they're not allowed to make mistakes. I think we get that from New Year's resolutions and all the stats. We only hear stats about people failing on New Year's resolutions. We never hear anything positive about those. And that it springboards into everything else. But there's nothing about making fitness a priority in your life that says you have to be perfect. That's an impossible bar to set for yourself. You're going to make mistakes. And so my tip is one of my favorite quotes from my dad growing up. That he always told me whenever I made a mistake in sports, because I'd dwell on it for too long and then I wouldn't be myself anymore. He says, it's what you do next that counts. So whenever you make a mistake, this is in fitness, but it really goes for everything. Whenever you make a mistake, it's what you do next that counts. Are you going to dwell on it? Are you going to pick yourself back up, learn from your mistake, and get back on track? It's the failures that actually make us stronger in the long run. So learning to embrace that and learn from every mistake is what's going to make you better.
I love that. I was actually just doing a little self-forgiveness this morning about a mistake I made. So I love it. It's what you do next. Yes. All right, Susie.
Golden nugget that I love to share early on. I think it's one of the foundational things in terms of diffusing some of the reactivity that we tend to have around stress is an exercise I call the pause and the pivot. And it helps to practice this outside of those situations of extreme stress, so we remember that we have it available when we really need it. So it's something you can even practice in your car when you're driving, because there can be some triggers on the roads, right? And so the pause is that invitation to just call in a moment of mindfulness, even a couple of seconds. Taking a nice deep breath, getting present back in your body again. Take that pause in that moment when you want to react. And look for that opportunity to get curious. What are you reacting to? Is it really this car that just cut you off in traffic? Or are you triggered from something else during your day? As you build this pause, you can get curious about what other people are coming from. Are they responding to this moment that you're in? Or are they bringing something else to it, right? Are we all just operating from triggers? And so with this moment of mindfulness, when you pause and get curious, then you have that opportunity to pivot, and you can then be more mindful in what you want to create in that moment, what you want the outcome to be. So instead of operating from that heat and reactivity, we can have a higher mind, a higher point of view, and be more aware of what we're cultivating. And a lot of times that in and itself, and this can happen in less than 30 seconds, can turn a whole situation around. So I love the pause and pivot. I want everybody to take that up.
Those pattern interrupt, pause, pivot things are so powerful. All right, Daniel, take us home.
I feel like there's some common themes a little bit in many of these shares, and similar. I was almost like what Susie just said, almost. But like what I wanted to share is that when you're a healer or you're a coach in business and you're wanting to grow your business, there's a lot of like thinking about what you've already been trying to do to get clients or to grow your business, or am I good enough as a healer, or whatever it is, or it could be anything in life. And, coming back to that center that Susie was just talking about, others referenced in their own ways, it's when you come back to that center and really allow yourself just to hear your own deeper guidance from your presence. Like, what are you really hearing? Go within just a bit more, right? And just hear what's next. Let go of the past, let go of the future, all that good stuff we've heard many times, but let go of all that. Just come right here now. And just what is the truth right now in this moment? What's the next step for you? You only need to know your one next step. That's one of my big axioms. You only need to know your own next step. It's taken me out of depression. It's helped me succeed in business. It's helped me in so many different ways in my life. Just taking that one step at a time that you are clear about. Because the mind will keep saying, but you don't know this and you don't know where that's going and all this stuff that you screwed it up before. Just keep focusing on your wisdom, the truth, your guidance inside you, one step at a time. And everything was gonna flow way better for you and for the highest good.
Beautiful. Thank you. I think the one little tip that I want to give people is just breathing into your heart space in those moments when you're feeling stressed or fearful or anxious or sad, even like touching your heart, breathing into your heart, like literally forming the intention. You're connecting with your heart, you're breathing into your heart space. And you do that for 30 to 60 seconds. And there is a shift, a profound shift. And if you want to up it to the next level after you're nice and juicy in your heart space, then touch your throat and infuse your words with this heart energy, with this loving, kind, compassionate, sweet, and tenderness within your words. So those are just a couple of takeaways that I'd like to say, live from your heart, speak from your heart. And we can create peace within and without that way. All right. Well, thank you everyone for being here on this amazing panel today. And I will see you all at Conscious You Extravaganza on October 17th and 18th. Sign up for free right here and now. And if you feel inspired, grab the VIP gift as well, because not only do you get the recordings, but you get thousands of dollars worth of VIPs. So come and play, because we are playing and we are having fun with our Games Master. And you're going to love it. See you soon.